If there's one thing the corona crisis has made clear, it's that we need more scrutiny of state leaders and state governments. While the big funding might be controlled out of the dollars from Canberra, it's the states that actually control much of our daily lives. Roads, schools, hospitals, planning, rules, retail laws, all of them, state government. So who represents you at a state level matters. But I doubt I'm hardly Robinson Crusoe here, am I, in wondering why so many state MPs are lacklustre, or worse, raise serious concerns about their integrity. Like former Victorian State Labor Minister, the Honourable Adem Somyurek. Now, the Victorian Premier Daniel Andrews would have us all believe today by his press conference actions that he moves swiftly to terminate the ministerial career and Labor Party membership of his now sacked frontbencher Somyurek. Sure, but only after 60 Minutes ran extensive footage of him last night boasting that he'd paid for memberships, which is against party rules, that he'd stacked branches and threatened to end some careers and to make others. Even ripping into his female colleagues with derogatory comments, that too was on camera. But then he's got form, hasn't he? And I'll come back to that form in just a moment. Now, of course, I've been around party machines for many years. Do you really think this is the first that anyone in a position of power inside the ALP knew about Somyurek's alleged behaviour? Come on. I know an internal hit when I see one. Do you really think this 60 Minutes and the Age investigation had cameras and microphones all over this bloke with their fingers crossed just in case he went rogue? Please. It's about as believable as the Premier acting tough today. He might have given himself an Oscar-worthy appearance of being morally outraged by Somyurek's behaviour, but let me remind you of what the Premier didn't tell you in his press conference. Adem Somyurek is Daniel Andrews' man. Even after he copped a suspended jail sentence for driving while disqualified, Andrews promoted him to the front bench of Labor back in December 2010. When he was later done for bullying his female chief of staff, see what I mean? Poor record with women. Well, Somyurek was rested for a little while on the backbench, but Andrews then brought him back, promoting him to the ministry after his last election win. Now, yet more bad behaviour from women last night, allegations of branch stacking, claims that verge on corruptions, and whooshka, he's gone again today. So spare us the crocodile tears, Premier. This bloke has form, but so do you. Promoting him, sacking him, bringing him back again, and now this. And I'm no naive patsy here when it comes to the inner workings of the party political machine. Do you really think that no one in the ALP knew what Somyurek was up to? No one. Not the Premier, not his staff, no other ministers, not party officials, not union heavies, not many multicultural organisations where many of these branch stacks are claimed to have come from. Are we supposed to buy the line that he was branch stacking as a lone wolf? Again, I'm no patsy. Just like no one knew about the red shirts affair, Premier, where taxpayer-funded staffers were turned into party activists. This is all part of the mess we're in as a country. And as I predicted too, we just saw it, didn't we? Another Labor MP has fallen on their sword tonight from the Ministry. Assistant Treasurer Robin Scott stepped down following Somyurek's sacking today. The standards in state politics have never been lower, the scrutiny never less, and the stakes have never mattered more. Just look at the record of Victorian Labor and Premier Andrews. He tried to undermine volunteer bushfire fighters to please a very militant union. He's politicised the police. He's blown out state debt from $20 to $70 billion while signing up Victoria to the Chinese Communist government's Belt and Road debt scheme. Big projects have blown out by billions of dollars, and the delays are costing even more. He's brought in some of the world's most radical gender laws. He might have ruled out illegal drug injecting rooms before an election, but as soon as he won, in goes one, now a second, and more likely to come. In Victoria, police stand by where tens of thousands of left-wing protesters breach social distancing rules but rush to move on a few people fishing off the pier in Rye. As we cope with this pandemic, we can see the economic pain coming, but still, Victoria's hardline restrictions remain. You see, who runs our states matter. It doesn't matter how good the federal government might be if state governments won't do their job or let the feds get on with theirs. Today, the Prime Minister made yet another announcement about working with the states to get more infrastructure built quickly by streamlining and reducing red and green tape. Great. But without highly competent people in state governments with a strong sense of national interest and a commitment to getting things done rather than just staying in office, I worry that this is just another announcement to fill a vacuum rather than something that truly fixes the problems.